Okay, let's go.
Well, I don't have good news tonight for everyone, but I will say that Coach Mark Pope has come out strongly after this has wound down. But I will also we'll talk about some other aspects of this Kusturica recruitment. The Nikola Kusturica recruitment, which had Kentucky fans buzzing for the better part of 3 weeks, is officially over today. Today, Kusturica committed to UCLA on a 2-year deal. He will play for Mick Cronin Gross and the Bruins beginning this fall before the 2028 NBA draft, where he is already projected as a top 5 selection. 2 years there. How did UCLA win it? Well, the competitive advantage the Bruins held was specific, structural, and hard to overcome. UCLA's director of international scouting is also a coach on the Serbian FIBA national team, the same team that Kusturica was playing for at the World Cup in Turkey. He actually coaches for the U20 team, but they all trained together.
Right, yeah.
He was not just watching Kusturica from the stands. He was on the bench with him in practices and pregame meetings in the locker rooms after losses. That relationship built in real time during the most important tournament of Kusturica's young career is something Kentucky did not replicate from Lexington. Pope did fly to Istanbul. He did watch some other guys at the tournament, but he was mainly there for that one final push. It was not enough. The Kentucky recruiting community will recall that just a few weeks ago, 24/7 Travis Branham had briefly entered a crystal ball projection in favor of the Wildcats before pulling it, a signal of the ebbs and flow in the recruitment. However, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't think that was ever the case. In the end, UCLA had the right person in the right place at the right time. Kusturica was extraordinary at the World Cup. He averaged nearly 25 points per game through Serbia's run to the silver medal, capping it with a 37-point performance. He is the real deal. The Bruins are getting a great player. However, it has been reported today by Big Blue Dylan that Serbian small forward Nikola Kusturica had already committed prior to the FIBA 17 U World Cup beginning on June 27th. And he was also waiting for UCLA admissions before officially announcing, but a deal had already been agreed to for a couple weeks now. He was told, and Kentucky was never gaining momentum. It is the Tyron Stokes deal all over again, Craig. Why are we getting these leads, making us think that we're in the game for these guys? And apparently they're just using us to up their deals with the original club they wanted in the first place.
Are you asking why are we continually falling for it?
Yeah.
I mean, Pope is not John Calipari. John Calipari could land. Let's see. I'm checking on how many times UCLA was on national TV last year. That doesn't say exactly how many it is, but it wasn't much because I don't remember. I mean, they were 24-12. They played in the Big Ten. But
well, your games are gonna be on at 11 p.m. Eastern, too.
Right? And I don't know what he gains by doing this. He loses 61% of his NIL money to salaries and agent fees.
He just gave $6.5 million away.
Yeah. Did he sign for 12? Have we confirmed that?
That's what was confirmed over the last couple of days.
But, move on. Calipari, I mean, he'll learn. He'll be able to see the signs that he's being used to ramp up his money somewhere else because they're already going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But is he afraid that if he doesn't go after this player, it will hurt him in year 3 of his contract?
Well,
he might not have a job next year because, what's the new AD, Jay Blatt?
Yeah, Jay
Batt. It was rumored 2 nights ago he was going back to Michigan. But
Michigan State, he stayed, yeah.
He reaffirmed that he's staying at Kentucky. He's going after him. And what's the other one that signed with Texas today?
Marcus Spears Jr. reclassified today and then immediately signed with Texas. That is also a 2-year deal from what I understand, or at least he's going to be in college for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's a situation that we'll have to keep an eye on. Texas already had a decent team. I don't know.
You take Kusturica next year? If he says, well, I got my money out of UCLA, I now want to go for the big money at Kentucky.
Well, and do you take Marcus Spears, who when Ryan Hampton gets here next year?
Well, Spears was never on our radar,
Right. He is cousins with Hampton, though.
Right. He wasn't, with Hampton, but he wasn't chased. I'm talking about Kusturica.
Oh, yeah.
We chased him across the planet.
We did.
And there's all kinds of whiff things.
Big ones.
They got Pope in a Superman outfit with whiff across the front. Yeah. But you're recruiting a player and you don't win him. I mean, that's just the way it is. Whether we're getting played so they can get extra money or not, I don't know. But
yeah,
it sure seems that way.
Well, let's talk about what Mark Pope said yesterday. Mark Pope addressed the Kusturica outcome and the state of the program directly with Kentucky Sports Radio this week. And his message to Big Blue Nation is worth hearing clearly because it is the right message. On the 15th roster spot, Pope said the coaching staff remains active in their search, but the fit has to be right. His exact words were, "Our gym feels good," which is what you do want to hear, but you don't know if he's just saying it. He said he would not add a scholarship player simply to fill a number, and that the roster's chemistry with 14 players now 3 weeks into summer workouts is in a good place, and he does not want to disrupt it. That said, he has not closed the door. The injury picture remains a factor in how Kentucky thinks about that final spot. Kam Williams has been on a scooter and a hard boot. Franck Kepnang has experienced complications. Reece Potter has missed some time. Pope has been transparent about all of it this year, which is notable because the standard coach response is everyone's working hard and feeling great. The candor suggests he's actively managing roster construction around the injury picture, not around what would generate good headlines. On Jamal Crawford, the three-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year, whose potential arrival as an assistant coach has been the other big story of Kentucky's offseason. Pope's most recent update confirmed Crawford's window is still open, but with a caveat. His AAU coaching commitment with his son JJ runs through mid-July. A decision is expected once that wraps. But he also said that he doesn't know why he would give up his current gig. He has a good gig. I think that's the way he said it.
He's making millions being a TV guy.
You're not gonna make millions sitting on the bench at
University of Kentucky. He might get $2 million.
Yeah,
he's making more than that doing these games.
And it's a much less arduous lifestyle.
Right.
You're doing a game a week, 2 games a week at most.
And does Jamal Crawford need to be in the assistant coaching level to get a head coaching job somewhere, being a great player that, scored at will, over 20,000 points, 3-time, 4-time, $6 million of the year.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about that. I think our coaching staff is good.
I agree.
That'll help recruiting big time.
Yeah. As for the team itself, the Wildcats are in Las Vegas this week. Pope took the squad to Sin City for a summer bonding trip. No games, no pressure. Just 14 talented kids walking through the streets of.
They went to country music last night.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know that they go to Kenny Chesney. Is that who they saw?
Kenny Chesney, that's who they went to. And then they practiced. They're practicing a little bit.
Yeah. And they said their coaching staff is still building the kind of chemistry that you can't manufacture on a practice floor alone. I'll also say this. He did not close the door on them having another trip this summer. A lot of people were kind of poo-pooing the idea of, you took them to Vegas. You didn't take them to the Bahamas or
they watched Kenny Chesney in the Sphere.
Yeah. That's still pretty cool.
That's cool as can be.
Yeah. Craig Pope has said that you watched the same interviews I did. Our gym feels good. He's not forcing the 15th spot. The team is in Las Vegas, and the Crawford decision still coming, but it's kind of a done deal. I don't think there's any chance that he's coming to the University of Kentucky. Set aside the Kusturica miss for a moment because we think that was probably already done. When you look at the 14 players already in Lexington, everyone healthy. What Pope is building in year 3 and where this program is heading into what most people expect to be a legitimate contender, at least in the SEC and in the tournament. How excited are you still about this roster in Big Blue Nation?
Elite 8. I am. And if Momcilovic puts up, if he shoots 45% instead of 48.7, I'll still be happy.
Yeah.
He's already said in interviews on, I think WLEX, that He said, Pope wants me to put up more than 10 shots a game. And that's what his coach last year told me he wanted at least 10, which is probably about what he averaged. But if he can shoot 45% and get up 15 threes a game, I ain't got no problem.
No, and I think keeping these guys healthy.
Yeah.
Everyone says
gotta have Cam back.
Gotta have Cam back.
We
need Frank the Tank. We need these guys.
We need Cam
healthy
more than anybody.
I agree.
To be 100% healthy. Frank the Tank, we don't really know about, but we got to have Cam for sure.
I will tell you, I think it's all precautionary with Cam. We've talked to his dad, Greg. We've talked to other folks. It sounds totally precautionary at this point.
Yep.
Great. Let's keep it that way.
Because remember, he played the last part of the season, and
there was no re-injury.
Yeah, he was practicing, but he wasn't at 100%. So they're just letting it heal naturally, is what his dad told us.
Yep.
Just letting it heal naturally, and so that he's ready for the official season.
Yeah, I will say this. It has to be noted for Big Blue Nation that we were down in the Tyron Stokes recruiting. We were down to the end with Kusturica. Apparently, regardless of what Dylan says, at least we were in that.
Nationally, it was us in Kansas or us in UCLA.
Losing Kusturica is a big deal, but being in the final conversation is good. On top of losing Stokes, however, that is a pattern that must be worth noting. Pope has to build the infrastructure to close those recruitments, and that takes time. But here's what's also true tonight. Kentucky has 14 scholarship players in Lexington practicing 3 weeks into summer workouts with their head coach telling you the gym feels good. He does not want to disrupt the chemistry. Momcilovic, Malachi Moreno, the depth Pope has assembled this year as opposed to his first 2 years
is great.
Legitimately talented program that most national analysts consider a top 15 program. And most serious basketball observers consider it a genuine Elite Eight contender at this point. If Crawford says yes, that's great. It's a significant upgrade for the coaching staff. If the 15th spot gets filled, that's great too. But what we have right now is a team that has bonded in the gym. He says it's the most fun he's had as a coach. He says the guys are all getting along, which is an improvement for this year. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what that means when you're talking about a high-powered, efficient offense.
And if if nobody from Michigan's available or anywhere else, maybe he gives it to one of the dedicated walk-ons that has been on the practice squad every year and give one of the senior walk-ons the 15th scholarship, knowing he's not going to play, but at least he'll have college paid for, and he can say, I was a scholarship player at the University of Kentucky.
Well, if neither of those things happen, Kentucky still plays in Rupp Arena this fall with a very capable roster. And I understand that people in Big Blue Nation, they're going to lose their mind about the Kusturica thing. They're going to do the whiff thing. They're going to talk about that. And that's what Big Blue Nation does, and we understand it.
Every team, every quality team does it.
They do, and maybe a little bit
this one up.
Yep.
Yeah. And then George comes up with the KSR crew.
Yeah, I got that up there. Don't listen to that.
No, not at
nonsense.
all. No,
Yeah, that
SEC is going to be tough. We're playing a lot more SEC games. We're playing a hell of a tough preseason schedule. I think Pope says right now we're top 5, top 4 on toughest schedule. So I'm not worried. If they lose 10 games, big deal.
And here's the other thing.
How they lose them.
Yeah, here's the other thing. This is a different team than you had last year, and you have some guys, some established local reporters, if you will, who simply will start off negative. They will always be negative because they're hedging their bets. They want to say, that's right. That's right.
This team is going to be, this team is going to they're gelling right now, I think, from all the video we're seeing, all the Instagram posts we're seeing, their own social media that we're seeing.
Yep.
They seem to be getting along great, which is a heck of a lot better start than we had last season.
Oh, yeah.
Heck of a lot better. And I still say this, from all the video that we've seen, we're lightning fast, we're thick, we're tall, we got great arm spans, and these boys can shoot. And my favorite thing, our 5 starters, if they are the 5 starters we talk about, they will go in, all of them above 80% free throw shooters.
Yeah.
And tell me another team in the country that's got that. You won't be able to foul
No.
UK at the end of a game, the last 2 minutes of a game. You won't be able to do it.
No, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people miss is that there's a lot of fundamentals. You know, there's guys who can put up points and everything, but the fundamentals, if you guys are shooting 80% or better from the free throw line, that means you're able to understand the fundamentals of basketball as well,
Yeah.
which is it's just it's a brain thing, you know, that it shows that you're playing. And my buddy Mike
you're being
McLean, if he
aggressive.
sees this, he's going to say, I've always said, you got to play smart basketball. And that's what I think you're going to see from these guys. It's going to be cerebral.
And then our defense, we'll be able to throw fouls at players. We'll be able to do hard fouls at players and not have to worry about we don't got nobody to back them up, because we have 2 or 3 guys backing them up.
Yep. Alvy, I don't think you're going to have that problem with this team.
Not
I
this
really
year.
don't. You have
got Kam on one wing and Momcilovic on another, and then
a legit center.
Yeah, and a legit center. And even though he didn't shoot any threes last year, then the guards that shoot, I think they're both around 35%. So, but they'll be driving. The thing is, they're going to be driving, either dumping it off underneath or throwing to either wing, and we're going to be firing the ball up fast.
I'll say this: think about how good Jackson Robinson was as a point guard, and we loved Jackson. We hated to see him get hurt.
Yep.
Zoom Diallo and Alex Wilkins are faster.
They are. Both of them are faster.
Both of them are faster. They're better ball handlers than he was.
Yeah, I can't wait. Even though we didn't get Kusturica, I said before, and I think you did too.
Yep.
If we don't get him, big deal. We're still going to have a heck of a good team.
Keep rolling.
Yeah.
Keep rolling. Anything before we get out of here on this abbreviated show tonight, Craig?
No.
You ready? Ready to get back and finish that?
No, I've got everything done. It's just, let's see. I think I talked about Ukraine and getting the Patriot missile design so they can start making their own. Trump saying that we might end up buying drones from Ukraine because they're so advanced. And he, his meeting with talking about the war, saying we're going to step in and possibly help Ukraine take out Russia because maybe Trump's finally tired of Putin.
Yeah. And
he wants to help Zelensky get in it. And maybe we're providing satellite technology because we're bombing, not us. Zelensky and his military are bombing Moscow. It seems like they will.
Yeah, nightly.
So, it's going to be, we could have 2 things coming to a close really quickly.
Yeah. I also think that with elections coming, that people are going to be demanding some changes as well.
No, there was one thing I had up, and as soon as I click out, it's gone.
Okay. Well, we had a lot, even in a short show tonight, we had a lot of different important stories. So if any information comes out on any of these things, if we have any news on Senator McConnell or otherwise, we'll break in and let you guys know as well. Craig, as always, I appreciate you, my man. To everyone watching and listening, thank you for being here tonight. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like. Share it with someone who also needs to be above the noise. We can't thank you guys enough for being here every night. And until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, stay above the noise. Have a great Thursday night, everybody. Talk to you soon.